Like, he basically killed. Oh, he's having PTSD. That's crazy. That's actually, I might have to give it to him on that, because that's kind of deep. Like, he basically killed that whole island. He was just laughing like an asshole, but he got some regrets. So I kind of like that. Nico Robin was responsible. I was totally wrong. That's crazy. That's crazy. She's a devil masquerading as an 8-year-old girl. This motherfucker is lying, bro. He is lying, bro. That is not what happened. It is wild. Is this an actual horse's ass?
Real horse's ass.
Yamato has caught up with Tama and she's kidnapped. And what's up with this horse, man? Is this still the girl that took the E-pill and now she been following Tama? Like, is he still a slave to that pill? What's going on? What's with the slavery? So much slavery in One Piece.
It's slavery. It's literally slavery.
Okay. Hopefully she is completely like healed from her manipulation and she's just like giving Tama rides for free. I don't know. Let's get into this chapter. I think most people that know me know I'm not like a huge fan of One Piece like I used to be. I could make a whole video on how I kind of fell off in One Piece, but I'm just doing this chapter. I'm just doing this review. Oh, he's having PTSD. That's crazy. That's actually, I might have to give it to him on that, because that's kind of deep. Like, he basically killed that whole island. He was just laughing like an asshole, but he got some regrets. So I kind of like that. It's still something I'll never forget. And Nico Robin was responsible. I was totally wrong. That's crazy. That's crazy. I can watch that. This bootleg site is giving all type of pop-up ads. Listen carefully, Robin. You are not alone right now. And that's the thing, like, characters in One Piece used to have so much, like, flavor, like, so much style to them. Like, Saul was a good character to me, like, a great character. But I just don't care about him anymore. You know what I mean? Because it's been so long since we had, like, a genuine badass character. Don't even get me started on Kuma. So he's saying that she'll find friends, but Saul, I'm so scared for everyone when things are unbearable. Remember what I taught you, laugh like this. I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna cut that out. Isn't that, there's a port on this tree in this sea on the clouds. Okay, you can still see the rainbows. And people think I'm being an asshole when I talk about these rainbows, but it's supposed to be about pirates, like beer and selling and women and adventure and cannons firing. I think some of the more silly stuff was more like acceptable back when, you know, the pirate elements were more prominent. Like, we go from Egghead Island, it's like a sci-fi arc with no science, and then we go to Rainbows. And then Wano was all about samurais, and before that it was about cake. So it's like that's one of the reasons why I'm just not the appeal. Because you think about it, we went to Alabasta, right? It was a country run by a pirate. You know, Luffy was sailing around, like we could see them sail and interact, and they came to Drum Island, and then Luffy got shot, and Vivi was like, what type of captain are you? Like, it seemed like they were pirates. You know what I mean? Even when they went to Mocktown and they did their whole little thing with Blackbeard, it seemed like pirates. And then they rode the Knockup Stream and they were just pirates in this cloud island type thing, and they came down and we had that great filler arc with G8. It was pirates. Like, we don't even see them selling and interacting anymore. Like, we saw a little bit, but it was so short and so inconsequential. That's Savar. Okay, that's a decent name. But Silver's Rayleigh, Scopper. I feel like that's a hand. This I like to see this. I've been keeping up with their progress, Emperor already, as expected of our big boss. Okay, so he's showing the loyalty. I like this here. I'm liking the interactions between Hajrudin and Luffy, and Dorian Brownie. That's I like to see that. Us four make up the new giant pirates. We're your subordinates. Okay, they're counting 4 people. I guess they're leaving out Road. Okay, so Road is essentially like the crewmate of whoever the baddie is. Because I refuse to think Oda did all that with Road just to have him like written out the story. Lin and I were friends once, but she did something that the people of Elbaph consider unforgivable. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, she's older than Big Mom and still so weak. Like, you had all this time to train. Okay, hey, forget it, Robin. As captain, I gotta greet someone who took care of one of my crewmates properly. What? Where did you hear that? It's just the right thing to do. Okay, I like that. Okay, maybe he's trying to prove me wrong a little bit. I mean, I like it. Elbaph has a school, so that means they're educated and not just a bunch of brutes. Even you warriors study hard. Mr. Saul is primarily a history teacher, but also teaches us about various books. So they really kind of probably didn't have a school, and Saul probably put it together. Like, because he was a Marine. He kind of abandoned Elbaph, like, in a type of way. So when he came back, he was like, "Oh, I'm not just coming back empty-handed. I'm going to teach y'all about the world and books and history." Okay, I like it. I like a little bit of world building. Okay, so she knows. Like, because I think this is how she found him on Ohara. That's kind of crazy, because I'm such a fan of One Piece. I feel like I know every single scene by heart. But I don't remember him doing something like that when they first met. Maybe I'm just forgetting. That's why it doesn't really look the same. Sure, I wasn't sure how to break the ice after all this time. I know you're not a kid anymore. Okay. Oda's got me in the feels a little bit. You still have the same funny laugh. You've grown as pretty as Olivia. You look just like her. Saul, former Navy Vice Admiral Robin Saber, like mother. We cannot give up on the future you will live in. You'll understand someday. You have kind eyes just like her. Did you hear Vegapunk's broadcast, Robin? It was there when it happened, so I couldn't hear much. I was there when it happened, so I couldn't hear much. But I read the coverage of it in the newspapers. I see. I don't know what that means. He was where? Was he on the Egghead? Oh, that's right. I think he tried it before and she just had no expression. That's kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. I know what's wrong with her hair. It's just that it's longer, I guess. Hara and Vegapunk took a huge leap of faith. I'm sure the sacrifice will shape the future. Yeah, it is. I don't even want to get started on Vegapunk, because Vegapunk is a fucking idiot. Like, let's be honest about it. I mean, the man waited till after he died to let out the big giant ship that he could have took at any moment. And if I'm not wrong, the broadcast was coming from that huge cloud ship thing, so he could have just, as soon as Luffy came, he could have just put everybody in that ship and just sailed off and still been more alive than he is now. You know, like, out of all the Straw Hats, she's probably top 5 saddest. Cause Sanji's like, he was a boy, but he's like a man, right? His family don't mess with him. He's on his own. Then he's on the ship, meets Zeph, gets robbed, but finds out Zeph is a great guy. I feel like that's like, you can still be normal after that. Like, Nami's thing, that was horrible. Like, seeing your mom die right in front of you, killed by the guy that you had to, that was bad. That's like top 3. Chopper was pretty bad. Like, Hill and Luke dying had to get him, but like, he's a boy. It's like, you can still be normal after that. I think his only real problem was that he was kind of shy, I guess. Like, kind of wary of people, like seeing the worst in people. Well, Robin was just, she was in the trenches, for real. Like Robin was in the trenches. Luffy, like I said, it was hard, but you know he still had his people. It's not that bad. Like Robin, Nami, Frankie, it's kind of hard to grow up normal after everything that happened to him. And Brook, he was a grown man, so you know he made his choices in life. Let me see, Jinbei, I don't think it was too rough for real. Not compared to Nami and Robin. Who else? Zoro. I'm not even gonna get started on that. Like they all had it kind of rough, like a tragic backstory, as people say. But Nami, Robin, and Frankie, mostly Nami and Robin, they had it real bad. Real bad. We've never seen Robin cry like this. Nobody's crying. And this thing that pissed me off about Oda. He's like, he's such a punk, he can't even show Zoro. And I get Luffy laughing, and we can't see Jinbe's expression. Like Frankie's just to be expected. Usopp, I don't know why he passed out. That's the review. I mean, it was a decent chapter. I can't complain about a whole chapter, you know, committed to the reunion. I don't think we need the red herring with Saul passing out. It's kind of dope because in retrospect, we should have expected this. Right? We thought it was gonna be a plot point, but it was really just Saul goofing off. This scene with Robin, like crying, is kind of cathartic. Like we needed that. Like the release that you got from seeing the "I Want to Live" scene was strong, but actually getting back to Saul and getting the whole like double eye, snot, mouth open, kind of. I actually want to see that in the manga. Like that's pretty good. And I like Luffy not crying, you know, just laughing, like, you know what I'm saying, because he's a man of duty. He's part of things like that. Like good chapter. I mean, I really like this scene with them. And Saul too, you know, it has to be a bigger deal to Robin because she was a little girl. This is her whole life was just learning about the ancient history that they knew so far, and meeting this giant, the only person nice to her, and just living through hell for like 20 years. Like that was her entire life. But for Saul, he only met this girl for like a week or two. Like, so while he still cared about Robin, it was like, man, you 100 something years old probably, you know, 80 years plus or something like that. And this is also interesting, since he's a vice admiral, that means he has haki. So we have haki users confirmed on the elpabh. Yeah, it was a good chapter. You know, we get you crying, Saul. Like we understand. But Robin, like we know, like let it out, girl. Let it out. To think she sank all